Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
An established line of travel or access. An open way, generally public, for travel or transportation. Divert in a specified direction. Send documents or materials to appropriate destinations. Send via a specific route. A proposed route of travel. An established line of travel or access. A guidebook for travelers. An established line of travel or access. A course of conduct. The path of virtue. A line or route along which something travels or moves. The hurricane demolished houses in its path. A way especially designed for a particular use. An open way, generally public, for travel or transportation. A way or means to achieve something. The road to fame. A course of reasoning aimed at demonstrating a truth or falsehood. The methodical process of logical reasoning. I can't follow your line of reasoning. A slight depression or fold in the smoothness of a surface. His face has many lines. Mechanical system in a factory whereby an article is conveyed through sites at which successive operations are performed on it. A connected series of events or actions or developments. Historians can only point out those lines for which evidence is available. The road consisting of railroad track and roadbed. A conceptual separation or distinction. There is a narrow line between sanity and insanity. A succession of notes forming a distinctive sequence. A conductor for transmitting electrical or optical signals or electric power. The principal activity in your life that you do to earn money. He's not in my line of business. Make a mark or lines on a surface. Draw a line. Often plural, a means of communication or access. Lines of communication were set up between the two firms. The descendants of one individual. His entire lineage has been warriors. Space for one line of print, 1 column wide and 1/14 inch deep, used to measure advertising. A short personal letter. Drop me a line when you get there. A telephone connection. Be in line with, form a line along. Trees line the riverbank. The maximum credit that a customer is allowed. A particular kind of product or merchandise. A nice line of shoes. A pipe used to transport liquids or gases. A pipeline runs from the wells to the seaport. A commercial organization serving as a common carrier. Acting in conformity. In line with. A formation of people or things one behind another. The line stretched clear around the corner. A formation of people or things one beside another. The line of soldiers advanced with their bayonets fixed. A fortified position, especially one marking the most forward position of troops. They attacked the enemy's line. A length, straight or curved, without breadth or thickness, the trace of a moving point. A mark that is long relative to its width. He drew a line on the chart. A single frequency, or very narrow band, of radiation in a spectrum. A spatial location defined by a real or imaginary unidimensional extent. Cover the interior of. Line the gloves. Fill plentifully. Line one's pockets. In games or sports, a mark indicating positions or bounds of the playing area. Mark with lines. Sorrow had lined his face. Persuasive but insincere talk that is usually intended to deceive or impress. Let me show you my etchings as a rather worn line. Reinforce with fabric. Lined books are more enduring. Something, as a cord or rope, that is long and thin and flexible. A washing line. Text consisting of a row of words written across a page or computer screen. The letter consisted of 3 short lines. Space for movement. Make way for. A course of conduct. We went our separate ways. Thing or person that acts to produce a particular effect or achieve an end. The true way to success. A line leading to a place or point. Didn't know the way home. To a great degree or by a great distance, very much, right smart, is regional in the United States. Way over budget. How something is done or how it happens. A lonely way of life. A general category of things, used in the expression, in the way of. They didn't have much in the way of clothing. A journey or passage. They are on the way. Any artifact consisting of a road or path affording passage from one place to another. He said he was looking for the way out. A portion of something divided into shares. They split the loot 3 ways. Doing as one pleases or chooses. If I had my way. The condition of things generally. That's the way it is. The property of distance in general. It's a long way to Moscow. Withdraw money, and move into a different location, often secretly and with dishonest intentions. Occupy in an agreeable, entertaining or pleasant fashion. Turn aside. Turn away from. Send on a course or in a direction different from the planned or intended one. Send away towards a designated goal. Transfer. Throw, send, or cast forward. Kill intentionally and with premeditation. Send away towards a designated goal. The property of being prompt and efficient. It was done with dispatch. Killing a person or animal. The act of sending off something. An official report, usually sent in haste. Complete or carry out. Dispose of rapidly and without delay and efficiently. He dispatched the task he was assigned. Kill without delay. The traitor was dispatched by the conspirators. Send away towards a designated goal. The property of being prompt and efficient. Killing a person or animal. The act of sending off something. An official report, usually sent in haste. Transfer. Cause to be directed or transmitted to another place. Send me your latest results. Assigned to a station. To cause or order to be taken, directed, or transmitted to another place. Cause to go somewhere. Cause to be admitted. Of persons to an institution. Broadcast over the airwaves, as in radio or television. Transport commercially. Plan and direct, a complex undertaking. Take somebody somewhere. Having no intervening persons, agents, conditions. In direct sunlight. Put an address on an envelope. Specifically design a product, event, or activity for a certain public. Lead, as in the performance of a composition. In a straight unbroken line of descent from parent to child. A direct descendant of the king. Cause to go somewhere. He directed all his energies into his dissertation. In precisely the same words used by a writer or speaker. A direct quotation. Without deviation. The path leads directly to the lake. Direct the course. Determine the direction of traveling. Intend something, to move towards a certain goal. Criticism directed at her superior. Point or cause to go, blows, weapons, or objects such as photographic equipment, towards. Be in charge of. Being an immediate result or consequence. A direct result of the accident. Command with authority. He directed the children to do their homework. Direct in spatial dimensions, proceeding without deviation or interruption, straight and short. A direct route. Give directions to, point somebody into a certain direction. I directed them towards the town hall. Guide the actors in plays and films. Lacking compromising or mitigating elements, exact. The direct opposite. Moving from west to east on the celestial sphere, or, for planets, around the sun in the same direction as the Earth. Of a current, flowing in one direction only. Direct current. Similar in nature or effect or relation to another quantity. A term is in direct proportion to another term if it increases, or decreases, as the other increases, or decreases. Straightforward in means or manner or behavior or language or action. A direct question. A designated route followed by airplanes in flying from one airport to another. The path of a rocket or projectile or aircraft through the air. The geographic route along which birds customarily migrate. The route taken when delivering newspapers every day. The job of delivering newspapers regularly. A tract of ground free of obstacles to movement. The area between the tee and putting green where the grass is cut short. The usual course taken by vessels through a harbor or coastal waters. The path of an electron around the nucleus of an atom. A branching path off of a main transportation line, especially an airline. The, usually elliptical, path described by one celestial body in its revolution about another. The path of a missile discharged from a firearm. The path along which a freely moving object travels through the air. The arrangement of people in a line for marching. The route along which a column advances. The principal route of a transportation system. A lane at sea that is a regularly used route for vessels. A route followed by traders, usually in caravans. The geographic route along which birds customarily migrate. The, usually elliptical, path described by one celestial body in its revolution about another. He plotted the orbit of the moon. An area in which something acts or operates or has power or control. In the political orbit of a world power. A particular environment or walk of life. He's out of my orbit. Move in an orbit. The moon orbits around the Earth. The bony cavity in the skull containing the eyeball. The path of an electron around the nucleus of an atom. The route taken when delivering newspapers every day. An electrical device that provides a path for electrical current to flow. A journey or route all the way around a particular place or area. We took a quick circuit of the park. A racetrack for automobile races. Movement once around a course. The boundary line encompassing an area or object. An established itinerary of venues or events that a particular group of people travel to. She's a familiar name on the club circuit. Law. A judicial division of a state or the United States, so called because originally judges traveled and held court in different locations, one of the 12 groups of states in the United States that is covered by a particular circuit court of appeals. Make a circuit. They were circuiting about the state. The route regularly followed by a passenger bus. Any road or path affording passage, especially a rough one. Computer science. One of the circular magnetic paths on a magnetic disk that serve as a guide for writing and reading data. Travel across or pass over. Go after with the intent to catch. The act of participating in an athletic competition involving running on a track. An endless metal belt on which tracked vehicles move over the ground. A course over which races are run. Evidence pointing to a possible solution. A distinct selection of music from a recording or a compact disc. The title track of the album. A line or route along which something travels or moves. The track of an animal. A bar or pair of parallel bars of rolled steel making the railway along which railroad cars or other vehicles can roll. A groove on a phonograph recording. A pair of parallel rails providing a runway for wheels. Carry on the feet and deposit. Track mud into the house. Make tracks upon. Observe or plot the moving path of something. Track a missile. A route shorter than the usual one. Cut using a diagonal line. A diagonal path.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.